Hello and welcome everybody. It's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching this. We're here with this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. It's very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5 and I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. Okay, so you can have more than one number if you'd like. If you have 5 numbers, it'll be very interesting. Let's go to the board now and see what these cards have to say. We're all nice and bright today. Okay, so we're doing card number 1. It is the 21st of November 2022, but don't worry about the date because it really doesn't matter. Because if you're watching this a year into the future, I might just say something that is very relevant to your situation presently. So let's have a look now for card number 1. I'll close my eyes. Okay, so I've got a bit of a mist. The colours are sort of white, pale blue, pale lilac, very pastel-y light shades, very gentle. It might be time this week to be gentle with yourself if you've picked card number 1. I'm also looking like it's like it's in the future. It's sort of dystopian type of vision that I'm seeing here, with a lot of buildings that are decaying and trees sort of taking over everything and going back to nature. And I feel like you're going to let go of something that is sort of normally thought of as modern society. Some views or some ideas about what normal, whatever normal is, normal sort of suburban people think. I feel like you're going to let go of that and you want to get back to nature more, which is probably appropriate. I think that's a good thing. The card that comes out if you pick card number 1 is the 7 of Wands. You may have to defend your new ideas, your belief systems, because not everybody agrees with you, but that's okay. But be active about being assertive. You don't have to, fit in with everybody else's idea about what is right and proper for your life. Live your life as you wish. And there could be increased competition if you're in business. You might find that people don't, even in your business life, they don't agree with you or something like that. That's how it goes sometimes. But it's important to be courageous and stand up for what you believe in anyway, regardless of whether it's business or personal. And you will do that. And that way you'll have a sense of integrity. So even though sometimes it's a difficult situation, you'll feel better that you stood up because you were basically doing what you believe. Okay. Now card number 2. I wouldn't be worried about it, by the way. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing for you, even if there is an argument. Okay, sometimes you can avoid it. You can be sort of careful, but you don't want to be careful to the extent that you compromise yourself and your own beliefs. Okay, now we're doing card number 2. See, they won't let me move on if I don't get to the right exact nuance of what they want me to say. Okay, what are these scrolls and things I'm seeing, like in an old church, this sort of old-fashioned type of decor I'm seeing at the moment. It could be something coming up about your family, your ancestral roots. In astrology, it might involve the IC, Iman Chali it's called in astrology, but that's if you're an astrologer, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, it's your ancestors, and now I'm out in space. Yes, so definitely a spiritual reality that you've inherited from your family. You may become aware of that this week. Let's have a look and see. The King of Cups, it's probably something to do with emotions. This is somebody who is normally a mature person or has wisdom beyond their years, especially if they're younger. But I would say post-menopausal or, going through the menopause or older. And it's somebody, this indigo here it's somebody who is quite psychic or intuitive, because it's like the third eye, the colour of the third eye. And then we have a lot of gold around the throat, which is all about getting your statement out into the world, and it's a high vibration. So it's not just sort of, I don't know, today, especially on social media, people just say anything, whether it's true or not. This is the exact opposite to that. This is telling the truth, okay? The truth as you see it. We may not even agree all the time on what is true and what is not true, but this is about the truth that you know and getting it out into the world. And you see this gold, it's very high vibration. He also has a crown on his head because he's a king, okay? But this really, a crown really means, it's pointing to the crown chakra is what it's saying. Open your crown chakra. And the cup is to do with emotions and feeling all of the emotions. This is someone who doesn't deny their emotions or push them down or suppress them. This is someone that feels all his emotions and he's in touch with his subconscious here. The sun here, he has insight and awareness, and he has his feet on the ground. He's practical. He's a good all-rounder, but very, very excellent, if there's such a terminology, such a phrase, very, very excellent at feeling his emotions, somebody generous and honourable and could help you out. And if you don't know anyone like that, then go down deep into your subconscious and go through your family roots and find someone, because they'll be there in your DNA, okay, so that you can associate with that energy. All right, card number 3. Card number 3, what do I see? What do I see? Sometimes this come up in the Facebook thing a bit, in the Facebook reading this morning. Pick a card and I see a cross, and crosses are about sacrifice. And as I said on Facebook, I have done a couple of videos here on YouTube about it. It's basically bringing the energy from heaven, like your spirit, your soul, and bring it down to earth and grounding your energy here on earth. But the issue is with a cross, you've got side current coming through another lot of energy, and so that it forms this. So then this energy of what you're supposed to do, bring heaven to earth, is then cut off by this side energy to make the cross. Okay, so these are the obstacles and the challenges. And so that's what I'm seeing. If you've picked card number 3, you may become aware or more aware of what those obstacles and challenges are in your life, okay, that being at cross purposes to what you should be doing. Okay, let's have a look and see what we get. The Ace of Swords, okay, so with a bit of thinking, you'll come to understand that you don't have to sacrifice yourself anymore. You don't have to be putting your energy in different directions. You don't have to be distracted. You can put all of your energy into one vertical thing, one vertical flow of energy from heaven down to earth to get your idea physical. Okay, it's not easy. Look at all these mountains here in the background, but it does bring you new life. And again, the crown chakra, you know, opening up to spirit. With this kind of energy, eventually you can win. You can have some sort of triumph in the end. There's a lot of power here, especially spiritual power. When you're bringing this energy down and you're thinking about it, you're planning and strategizing. Okay, how to think logically and how to get the job done. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4. Closing my eyes. What do I see? Okay, I see another silver sword rising up out of the lake and into the sky. It's like I'm almost in space, right out in the stratosphere, almost in space, looking down on the earth, and I see this beautiful silver engraved sword coming up out of the ground and reaching up into the sky. And it's through your physical manifestations that you can actually find spirit, which is actually a bit exciting, as well as spirit coming down and being grounded to cause those manifestations to become physical. They can also have like a feedback loop, so that the energy then rises up into spirit. Never thought about it this way until I just saw this now. It's a feedback loop, so that physical manifestation then influences what goes on in your spirit as well. Okay, the card that comes up is, okay, see here we got this cross theme going. She's got 3 cross currents there, which is like triply hard. But she's got 2 keys here, which is the keys to life of knowledge and wisdom. This is the Hierophant card. A lot of knowledge here, but she's seated on the knowledge. She's sitting on it. She's not necessarily using it. So if you are very knowledgeable and you feel like you know stuff, whether you know it intellectually or because you've done a lot of study, or whether you know it just because it's innate in you and you want to get it out there in the world, Spirit is actually giving you a hint this week to let your voice be heard and to get your knowledge out into the world using not only knowledge itself, but the wisdom on how to apply that knowledge. The wisdom of what what you say. So you might know a whole lot of stuff, but some stuff is better not said until Spirit tells you to say it. So you do have to sit on it for a time until Spirit says, okay, now's the time to get that out, because you might be ahead of yourself. This is what I found in my life. Often I've been, ahead of, I don't want it to sound, it's kind of like I'm arrogant or anything, but you have to pick and choose your times. So if you come out too soon and society's not ready for it, you're not going to go anywhere with it, basically. And that was a problem I found in my 20s, which was a long time ago, decades and decades ago, 4 decades ago. And so the world wasn't ready for me then, and it's probably only marginally ready for me now. But it's time to take action when you get the hint from Spirit to do so. So, yeah, try to be patient. It's a major arcana. It's fairly important. All right, so now we're doing card number 5. 5 is alive. Close my eyes. What do I see for 5? A Z. Z zombie. Z is that Russian Z symbol for, go and wage war against innocent people in other countries. And Z is Zorro. Which one does it apply to? I'm seeing all of those. I don't know how they fit together. I have to put a question mark over that and ask for another vision because I don't know what they're trying to tell me there. Okay, so another vision for number 5 is alive. Okay, so I thought I was in the sky, but I was actually in the ocean, and there's a fish tail ahead of me. So messages coming from your subconscious that will filter into your mind. And in the sky there's a great tunnel with light at the end and the clouds swirling around, and I'm passing through that tunnel. And you know what that tunnel is? That's your spinal cord and your spine. So do be cautious of your back this week if you've picked card number 5, your knees and your jaw. Okay, don't go lifting heavy things if you can help it, and be very careful with the twisting movements, bending over and twisting, which unfortunately we seem to do a lot and we don't realise we do it. We take it for granted. The card that comes up is the Hermit card. Okay, if you've picked card number 5, oh gee, I can see that Z even with my eyes open. Zephyr, the Zephyr wind, Zephyr. Yeah, I just don't know what they're trying to tell me, but this card says that you need time out, time alone. You need your privacy. It is a bit of a challenge sometimes to get privacy, but this wolf dog here is, and I saw another wolf dog this morning, so this is the second time it's come up, and this is about learning yourself, teaching yourself, and then down the track you may choose to teach others, but you are the light of the world. Be a light to yourself this week by spending some time alone and looking at your own feelings and your thoughts about, the direction of your life. It's a major arcana. It's fairly important. Okay, so there's all our cards for this week. We've got two majors here, we've got a king. So a little bit of a, I won't say important week, but a significant week, because important's too strong a word. A significant week to some people, where a little bit of, self-reflection, looking at the knowledge that you have. How can you contribute to the world? How can we all do that? And whether it's having a YouTube channel or Facebook or TikTok. I won't do TikTok, by the way, and I've got reasons for that. I think you have to be extremely careful if you use TikTok. I think it's quite dangerous. And on that point, it might be that these short form videos with no substance, it's just about entertainment. It's conditioning our brains not to concentrate, not to be able to focus on any particular issue for a long period, because they're only like 15 seconds, 60 seconds. I'm doing them here 60 seconds, but then I do these long form videos as well. So that's okay, that's kind of balanced. But if you're just watching short form videos all the time, it's getting your brain accustomed to the idea of quick. I think when I was, growing up, things were so slow. It was such a simple life compared to today. And sometimes you think you're getting old and it's so hard to cope with all these new technologies and all this new stuff all the time. It's not that you're getting old. It's that it's bloody it's bloody frustrating to try and keep up with everything. Life is like 100 times more complicated than what it was in 1965 or 1960, for God's sake. So I just realised that the other day. I thought, geez, I'm getting old, older, not old, but older. And then I realised, I said, God, it was anything like this, You wanted a message, you had to go via snail mail and, wait a week before they got the message. I remember when telephones come in, and they put public telephones dotted around the suburbs, and if you wanted to ring, you'd have to walk up the street. When I was 3, here's a story. Got such phone energy, I do. When I was 3, it was about 9 o'clock at night. I wandered away from home. Instead of going to bed, I don't know why, but I wandered away from home, walked up the top of the street and went to the phone. The next thing, the police are there and they're picking me up and putting me in the police car and taking me home because I was so enraptured with the telephone. So, and now, of course, we've got absolute soul secrets. So much going on with the phone in my life now. And then I married someone who worked for Telstra, which was PMG in those days when we met. And, he worked for Telstra, PMG for, and then it changed name to Telecom. He worked for them for 19 and a half years or something. I got so much phone energy. But there's a story about getting your messages out, okay? If you've got phone energy, turn it around so it's useful. If you've got the energy to talk on the phone, make money from it and help people, or do something that is worthwhile for society. All right, I'll get off my high horse. Thanks so much for listening today. I really appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe and be alive, and hit that notification bell, and also leave a comment and a like. That would be wonderful. But mostly, have a fabulous week. Okay, thanks and bye for now.